Vikings. Whether they're starring on a show or plundering in games, we all know Vikings. These brute men once ruled the seas and they were fearless and vicious. Volgarr is no exception. One of the toughest game characters I've seen to date stars in a game bearing his name, Volgarr the Viking. Warning ahead to be clear about this. This game is tough. It's hard. Maybe so hard that even the truest Viking that has ever lived may cry because of this game's difficulty. This indie game was created by Crazy Viking Studios and released in 2013. The game is available for the PC and Xbox 360, and a future release for the Xbox One is scheduled. But if a game like this is too hard to play, should it be worth your time? The game instantly throws you in front of Odin, who is pointing to the right. And if you travel right, you'll get a short introduction to the game mechanics. After this, you enter the first stage. Then, wait, where's the story? The game comes with an awesome instruction manual. The manual looks like it came from the Sega era. Within this manual lies the story. Well, let me try and read it to you with my most beautiful storytelling voice. God, I hope I get the names right. There lived a greedy murderous dwarf named Fafnir, whose greed eventually transformed him into a deadly poisonous dragon. Though a few sought to slay him, generally out of a desire to obtain his treasure, most learned to just avoid him, for he seemed content to stay hidden away with his ill-gotten treasure hoard. One day Odin received word that Fafnir was showing an unusual amount of activity, sowing chaos throughout Midgard and eventually even somehow constructing an imposing tower fortress, complete with a magical barrier that even the Aesir could not directly penetrate. Odin feared that Fafnir's rising power and influence may eventually threaten realms beyond Midgard, but unfortunately he and the rest of the Aesir were occupied by more immediate threats. It was then that Odin witnessed the death of the fearless Volgarr the Viking, who fell to overwhelming numbers defending his homeland, but only after slaying hundreds of his adversaries. Odin realized he had found a solution to the Fafnir problem. He restored Volgarr's mortal life on Midgard and tasked him with breaking Fafnir's seal and slaying the beast before he could cause any more trouble. It is up to you to help Volgarr complete this task, but it will not be easy. Good luck. My voice. Just like any other arcade game from the 90s, this game has the same feeling to it. It looks like your old system could still run it smoothly, but I'm okay with that. I mean, I even love it. I love how it looks like an old game. The characters, the level design, the effects, they're amazing. I've played and recorded this game on a PC, and at first I played it on full screen, but doing so will affect your frame rate. Windowed is the best option here. You can adjust the window by dragging and play at your own heart. So nothing wrong with the visuals in my opinion. They even reminded me of the classic Ghosts and Goblins game. The game's music is simple. Each level gets accompanied by a simple tune that loops real quickly. But that's not something you will remember this game by. The gameplay. That's how this game describes itself. And oh god, is it hard. I know I've mentioned it before, but damn, it's hard. It took me a half hour to get through the first level on my first try. You're forced to learn and remember. If you die, you get sent back to your last checkpoint, and there aren't that many checkpoints. If you play the same thing over and over again, you will teach yourself to correct your mistakes and find alternative ways to win each section. You can't blame the controls. I've played it straight for hours, and the controls are perfect. Any mistakes made is yours to blame for. Talking about the controls brings me to the basics of the game. It's not hard to figure out that this is a platform game, so moving and jumping is a big deal. You're always packed with a sword and spear. The sword can be used for standard slashing, duck and slash, air slashing, downward striking, spin jumping, and it can even be upgraded. Your spear can be thrown by pressing up and attacking. This can be used as a projectile to kill your enemies, but it can even stuck in walls. This is a cool way of moving around. You can create your own steps to reach higher ground, and most of the times it's necessary in your journey. Pixel perfect jumping and landing is something you need to know in the back of your head before even playing this game. So that's why sometimes you need to consider throwing your spear instead of just plain jumping across. And if the jumping isn't hard enough, you get killed by one hit. That is, if you didn't upgrade yourself by collecting the armor from the chests. The first time you open a chest, you'll get a shield, and if you don't lose that by getting hit, then the next item will be an even better shield, with the ability to charge your spear. Third is a helmet letting you endure an extra hit, and next up is a flame sword. There are even more treasures from that point, but that is for you to discover. Most of the time the flame sword is as far as you will get, and holding on to that sword is tough. After my long struggle, I finally killed my first boss, only to find myself learning a whole new stage inside out. And I found it a lot easier to play the first stage again and knowing every setting in it, making this an ideal game for you speedrunners out there. Your time is also kept by in the corner. Okay, I'm going to admit, I haven't finished it yet. But hey, it's my task to review this game and see if it's worth your money and time. And it is! If you're a hardcore gamer, then this is the game for you. Last month it was a free download for gold users on Xbox. So if you downloaded it but didn't get to play it yet, play it. If you own a PC or Xbox, I highly recommend you that you should buy it. Now, if you will excuse me, I'm still playing and I need to finish this game. Hey guys, thanks for watching and be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Our last episode was during the Christmas week, and if you want to watch it, click on the box that says last. Our top pick for this week is Crazy Taxi. Click on the box that says top pick and see our very first review on this channel. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions or questions about the show, please let us know in the comment section. This was Geoff from the Arcade Athletes, still wishing you a happy new year and hope to see you next time.